Silo just wrapped up a very successful season 2, firmly establishing it as one of the best sci-fi shows currently running. Season 2 picks up exactly after the season 1 cliffhanger with Juliet traveling to another silo. This sets up the season for a split storyline, which creates both some of the highlights and lowlights of the season for me. Rebecca Ferguson is awesome, but I felt her story in the first half of the season really sidelined her. She spends the first half of the season discovering why everyone but Solo died in Silo 17, coming to the realization her actions could create the same scenario back in Silo 18, which means we get a few episodes of Juliet trying to make a suit so she can go back. While Juliet's storyline is a little slow going, back in Silo 18 is where all the action is. Bernard is trying to grip to his power, but the legend of Juliet is growing, as well as questions about what the truth is. The plot line in Silo 18 really resonates with what's going on in the world today, with clashes between classes, the up top versus mechanical, the spread of misinformation, or maybe missing information is the best way to put it. Most people realize that something isn't right and want to act, but they don't have all the information to know what the exact truth is. The second half of the season, things really start to pick up for Juliet while Silo 18 reaches a boiling point. A large group of people are trying to go out, effectively killing everyone in Silo 18, just like what happened in Silo 17, and it's all based on that fake image Juliet broadcasted before she went out in Season 1. We then get the moment of the season with Juliet returning, walking over that hill into the view of the camera, and she shares the message it's not safe to go out, which unites everyone in the silo and resolves the conflict. We end on a double cliffhanger with Juliet and Bernard getting stuck in the cleansing room and essentially burned to death. With Juliet being the star of the show and her new suit being made from a fire-retardant firefighter suit, she will survive. The question is, will Bernard? I feel like if Bernard died, they would have showed or confirmed that in this episode, although it would be wild for Season 3 to start Juliet slowly standing up and Bernard's roasted skeletons on top of her. The other cliffhanger is a flashback scene before the events that leads to the silos. We see a congressman and reporter on a fake date, and we hear details of Iran detonating a dirty bomb on the US and whether the US will retaliate, hinting that nuclear war is what destroyed the above ground. We also see the Pez dispenser, likely meaning that the reporter or her family ends up in Silo 18. Season 2 touched on many topics and storylines, including Lucas Kyle's journey and how he and Juliet learn independently of the safeguard procedure, as well as what's next for Sims and his family, with Camille being the likely next leader of the silo. Lots of questions to answer in Season 3, including more flashback, who's behind the algorithm, can they seal off the pipe in Judicial and prevent the safeguard procedure, what happens to Solo and the others in Silo 17, and obviously, does Juliet live? Overall, this was a great season, albeit with a slow start. I give it an 8.5 out of 10, and definitely recommend this show to everyone. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Season 2.